Hi, my name is Catherine Schnassi, and I'll be teaching about triangle medians and centroids. To start off, I will explain what a median is. A median is a line which connects one vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side of the triangle. There are three medians because there are three vertexes on a triangle. These medians will always intersect in one point. The point where the three medians intersect is called the centroid. The centroid is also the center of mass, so if this triangle were a physical object and you threw it as if it were a frisbee, it would rotate around that center of mass. The coordinate of the centroid is the average of the vertices' coordinates. Next, a midpoint. A midpoint is the middle between two vertices. It is the average of these two vertices' coordinates. Now for an example. Say we have a triangle whose coordinates are 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6, 0, and 0, 0, 5. So we draw all three medians and find the centroid. Now, to find the coordinates of the centroid, we find the average of all three vertices. So, we have 3 plus 0 over 3, comma, 0 plus 6 plus 0 over 3, comma, plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 over 3. And we get these numbers from the three coordinates. So for the first coordinate, that's 3, 0, 0, the first coordinate number, let's call it A, is 3. For the second coordinate, the A value is 0. And for the third coordinate, the A value is also 0. So that's how you get 3 plus 0 plus 0. Then you do the average of that, which makes it over 3. When you do the same thing to the other two coordinates, we'll call them the B and C coordinates, you get 0 plus 6 plus 0 over 3 and 0 plus 0 plus 5 over 3. That's how you end up with the centroid coordinates of 3 over 3, 6 over 3, 5 over 3. Next, find the coordinates of the midpoint. You find the average of the two vertices. So in this case, the two vertices are 3, 0, 0, and 0, 6, 0. So when finding the average, you get 3 plus 0 over 2, 6 plus 0 over 2, 0 plus 0 over 2, which becomes the midpoint coordinate of 3 over 2, ignore that 3, it is 6 over 2, 0. Then, to find the distance between the centroid and the midpoint, the equation is the square root of a squared over 36, in this case a is 3, plus b squared over 36, in this case b is 6, plus 4c squared over 36, in this case c is 5. And to simplify that, you can take out the 36 because it is a square number, so you can make the equation the square root of 3 squared plus 6 squared plus 4 times 5 squared over 6. Then you can simplify the equation further to 9 plus 36 plus 400 over 6. Then to simplify that, you get the square root of 445 over 6. And 445 does not have any numbers, you can simplify it. So that is the final answer. Then, to find the distance between the vertex and the centroid, the equation is a squared, the square root of a squared over 9, in this case a is 3, plus b squared over 9, in this case b is 6, plus 4 times c squared over 9, in this case c is 5. Then you can simplify that to the square root of 3 squared plus 6 squared plus 4 times 5 squared over 3. Simplifying further, you get the square root of 9 plus 36 plus 400 over 3. Then again, simplifying, you get the square root of 445 over 3. And 445, you cannot simplify it any further from that. When looking at the numbers, the square root of 445 over 3 and the square root of 445 over 6, you may notice that if you were to multiply the square root of 445 over 3 by 1/2, you would get the square root of 445 over 6. This shows that the square root of 445 over 3, or the distance between the vertex and the centroid, is double that of the square root of 445 over 6, or the distance between the centroid and the median. This is true for any median because the distance between the centroid and the vertex is 2/3, and the distance between the centroid and the midpoint will be 1/3 of the entire median. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have learned about triangle medians and centroids, and how to calculate them.